Hey YouTubers, and welcome again. Welcome to Duality 9X. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Hey, a big shout out to all my subscribers and people who are enjoying the show and the content of the show. We've got people all the way from Poland. We've got people from like Jamaica, New Zealand, TNT, Trinidad and Tobago. We've got people from all the way from Ireland, Australia, India, Japan. Europe, US, Canada, it's incredible. We definitely love the support. We thank you so much. Guys, if you're intrigued by this content, if you like and hear what you see, the only thing that we can ask is that you like and subscribe. Liking and subscribe is going to help with the YouTube algorithm. It's going to be able to allow us to pump out more videos for your viewing pleasure. So, we got a really interesting one. We're going to talk about celebrities who sold their soul to the devil. So without further ado, we're going to get into this. Now, there is a lot of content that's kind of out there, and some of this content that was kind of brought forward and put onto my plate, so to speak. It seems like we're probably going to have to do like another video because there's just a lot more stuff here that we can definitely talk about. I got my cup, sit back, relax, get settled, because it's going to be a doozy. Let's go. Alright guys, I just put on my cap. It's not having a good hair day, you know, so alright, let's get to it. Hey guys, I just had to put on my cap, but okay, we're ready to go. I'm not really feeling my hair right now, just not having a good hair day. So anyhow, let's get to the videos.
Reptilian alien. Is I Show Speed a reptilian alien? Some people believe that reptilian alien humanoid beings live amongst humans here in our planet, and that they occupy high places in our society.
But it is going to bother you because you're human, and I was human. I am
You were
human.
human,
Still,
I was human.
Some people also believe that they can shapeshift into normal human beings and into reptilians, and that there are a few videos out there that may actually prove this. And the most recent video that's been going around is from I Show Speed, the greatest live streamer on YouTube. Now in this video you can see his eyes shapeshift clearly. Something happens there.
That you really like.
Yeah,
you want a
favorite
free date? Kind of like an Indian girl. That was the first one, right? Yeah, she's pretty. You remember all of them? Have you never photographed? Toby's always scouting girls anywhere he goes. International boy. What the fuck? I should have watched the 20v1 video. I know that.
That's kind of odd, huh? I Show Speed is a very, very popular YouTuber. He's had an immense amount of success. Now, being in front of the lights all the time, I'm sure can kind of get to him, but for one of his eyes to just kind of flicker like that, you know, that's kind of odd. All right, next.
I can't believe so many people have not noticed this, that Chris Brown in this song called Yellow Tape literally says he's signed away his soul to the devil. Let me
sell her soul to the devil? Watch this. Clearly people don't know. Taylor Swift used to be a young, honest, and pure, talented musician. However, at the age of 18, she released a song with a caption in it saying, "I danced with the devil," and the whole song actually talking about selling her soul to the devil. When you sell your soul to the devil for fame, there's a high price to pay. Now Taylor Swift has a music video with witches casting spells and even performing demonic rituals live on stage at her concerts. Don't be deceived by what the culture often calls family-friendly or totally fine, for surely what's on her will get on you if you participate with it. The devil has a plan for this generation, but God does as well. And if you want to learn more about that, subscribe or follow now.
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of people that talk about Taylor Swift. There's a lot of videos, a lot of things that kind of are circulating on social media about her selling out and selling her soul to the devil. I mean, you got to take a lot of those things, you know, with a grain of salt. I mean, there's a lot of people who are going to say a lot of things. That doesn't necessarily mean it's true. But you know, the thing that I'm kind of puzzled about, the thing that kind of, you know, makes me think twice, is why is it that when these stars claim to have met the devil or sold their soul to the devil, you know, things along those lines, why is it that their videos have them looking like they're the devil, or they're dressed in red, or they're in, like, you know, like complete goth, you know, attire? They're trying to, like, are they, I mean, it's, there's a lot of symbolism there, but I mean, it's almost like they're trying to make reference to the fact that yes, they did something along those lines, and yes, it's true, they sold their soul, right? I mean, if somebody said that they sold their soul, why do they have to dress like that? And why do they have to have demons and devils? Or so obviously there could be some truth to that, right? So all right.
Have you guys seen this article that just came out about Lady Gaga being interviewed, and she is describing and telling us how she regrets selling her soul to the Illuminati? But that's not it. She says and describes the night that it happened in New York City, as she could have all the fame and the success in exchange of one thing, her soul. And wait, she also tells us how it happened. This dark forces, when she gave up her soul, literally just take over.
You know, so I hear a lot of things about Lady Gaga as well too, right? And again, there's a lot of stuff that's circulating about her, you know, on social media platforms. So you'll find that there's a video out there that Lady Gaga's talking about the Illuminati, and she's talking about, you know, these dark forces and things that are, you know, quite scary, and she talks about her regrets, and it's almost like she's encouraging people to kind of stay away and to be careful not to kind of follow the same kind of path. So yeah, interesting stuff for sure. Utmost, I mean, if anyone wanted to show any kind of disrespect, that's probably right up there at the top. I mean, there's nothing more disrespectful than doing something like that to somebody's holy book.
99% of mainstream artists have sold their soul. The second you sign to a record label deal, you become a puppet. You literally become owned by a group of people. Once you sign that contract, you lost all of your freedom. You have to listen to what your puppet masters tell you what to do. Understand, when you sign your name on a contract, you are literally signing your soul up for something. I believe Kanye West signed a contract many years ago and he wasn't really aware of what he was really doing. He literally signed a deal with the demon when he married Kim Kardashian. I believe Kanye West sold his soul many times without him even realizing he's selling his soul. Fast forward years later, Kanye West has woken up and he now sees the truth in the world. He's trying really hard to wake people up, but the media can paint him however they want. Call him crazy. He's probably been through MK Ultra, which is when the CIA can literally put you under mind control, make you say and do whatever they want.
So Kanye is like, I mean, Kanye's out there, right? Kanye's got, I mean, he recently he was shown with a mask on his head with what looked like Jesus on a crucifix. Now, there's also stories about him being a pastor or a man of the cloth, you know, and But then he does these things, and I don't know, man. It's, you know, this guy makes a point about mind control. And mind control is a huge thing when it comes, you know, in this industry. And a lot of these artists, musicians, celebrities of all kinds, you know, movie, television personalities. I mean, they do a lot of things, and they're told to do a lot of things to be able to conform and stay within their framework, right? So perhaps maybe that kind of answers my questions, which is one of the reasons why you find these people wearing the kind of clothes that they wear, things that you probably wouldn't catch yourself wearing, you know, in the public eye. The hairstyles, the weird, like, you know, contact lenses that these guys do, and the things that they do to their faces, and augmentation and all kinds of, you know, like anything to look different and more towards the dark side, I guess, right? So 99% of artists have sold their soul, according to this guy. The Awakening. Doja Cat
is back in the news, and it's for being demonic at her concert. Go figure. So we're going to expose the works of darkness. Check this out.
Seeing all the props, symbolism, visuals, and especially skits at Doja Cat's current concert tour. I'll show you that raw footage of the skit at the end of the video, but she opens up her concert with this haunted house visual, which is very similar to her music video for her song Demons.
Yeah, see, like it's a church. It's all red.
How many times do we have to tell y'all, this is not art,
your typical
this is not just music,
or
this is not just
in a
entertainment,
church.
this is satanic. These people are conjuring up demonic spirits, they're hypnotizing you, and guess what? You are getting impartation of the demons that they host, that they are releasing, and that are influencing them. You are getting impartation as you play this music, as you listen to this music, and as you go to these concerts.
Yeah. We're talking about mind control. This seems like it's a form of hypnotism of some kind. Now, yeah, I mean, again, right? If she wanted to do a video with her being in a church and stuff like that, but why does she have to do a video with her being in a church with all these figures that look like they came from hell, or they look like demons, right? And the church is all red. The color is red and black, usually associated with that of demons or the dark arts, you know, and Satanism. So
To make the
interesting.
Weeknd sold his soul
Red
for
blazer,
fame?
black
The
shirt.
Weeknd, who now prefers to be referred to as Abel Tesfaye, has allegedly sold his soul to the devil. Now, imagine if The Weeknd, a famous singer, confessed to something similar, but in a series of cryptic music videos. It all starts with The Weeknd performing in a club. People seem bored until a strange person arrives and everything changes. The mystery man sets The Weeknd on fire. The Weeknd bursts into flames and now everyone suddenly loves his music. The struggling singer gets a boost from the devil and becomes famous.
Surely you've heard the expression.
Deal with the devil.
Next, we see The Weeknd in a remote place, burying something. It turns out he's burying his old self. The mysterious person shows up again. The Weeknd, scared for his life, seemingly shoots the man to try and get rid of him. He dramatically gets into a car and drives away. Now remember this car. Now let's talk about the last video, The Hills. In this video, The Weeknd gets out of the same crashed car and goes home. He enters a room and guess who's there? The mysterious person again. Not only is it filled with dark demonic energy and two girls, the song ends with an empty look on The Weeknd's face. Some say the music industry has artists connected to dark and demonic stuff, and the artists sometimes make it hard to debate otherwise. As for whether The Weeknd actually sold his soul or this is all one big internet conspiracy remains unexplained.
That's the other thing too, right? I mean, there could, you know, this could just be one. It could be marketing, right? It could be just one big conspiracy. Travis Scott. You see that? That was freaky. Travis Scott did with his eyes. . See how their hairstyles look like they've got
Celebrities who
horns.
sold their soul to the devil.
Yeah, they've got the horns, you know. All right, guys. Here's another one. Let's check this out.
Celebrities who sold their soul to the devil. Christoph was an artist who was working on a castle in Austria. He was so talented at his job that he had been commissioned by the nobles to do this work. There were rumblings about how he may have sold his soul to the devil, but no one was sure of it until it was said that Christoph confessed. He said he had 9 years prior and that he regretted it very much now and actually wanted an exorcism. They demanded to know if he was a practicing witch, but in the end it was decided that he was not, and that instead the devil just had a very strong hold on him. The local priest began giving Christoph exorcisms, and during these sessions, Christoph explained that he had these intense visions where he was coming face to face with the devil, who was in the form of a dragon. The dragon was holding the contract that held Christoph's soul, and this is when he was able to rip it out of the dragon's talons.
A dragon. Wow. So I heard about this guy, and yes, he was commissioned by the nobles to do this design for this castle, at which he felt that he had not divine intervention, but the opposite. He had another kind of intervention. He had the help of what he claimed was the devil, and the devil's creatures, I guess, demons or whatever. But very, very interesting story. And he confessed that he had the help of a devil. He confessed that he sold his soul. And even then, the church is like, nah, we don't think of you as like a witch, right? But they just felt that the demon just had a strong hold on him, and but very interesting story. If you guys get a chance, check it out. Christoph from Austria. Okay, what else do we got?
Chips and these dreams of going to space are what led to him summoning the devil in order to make a deal. Jack wanted to sell his soul in exchange for a rocket ship. This deal didn't end up working, but Jack continued to study science as he grew older. Later in life, he stumbled upon the teachings of Aleister Crowley and tried his hand at summoning things again. This time he tried to summon a goddess by the name of Babylon that was said to possibly help men get to the moon one day. Technically, in some ways, it worked, because Jack Parsons ended up helping create the jet fuel that is said to still be used today. Maybe it was his original deal with the devil.
Wow. Interesting.
These celebrities admitted to selling their soul. Watch this. Watch
And
this.
it took me to my adult years, or leaving home, where I could really try on something different for myself. That was Satanism. It's working out really well.
I don't think he's joking.
They're laughing,
made a pact.
but
The movie came out so well.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire.
Roman is a crazy boy.
These celebrities put it right in front of our faces in the form of jokes that they sold their soul, when in actuality, they really did do something.
yeah, that is kind of odd, right?
Because your parents were quite strict, they were Christian ministers.
They still are, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
They still are.
And how do they feel now about all your success?
They are very happy for me and support me. Of course, like, I'm not naive. I know that they have different views and I have my views, but I think that's been a dynamic with, like, parents and their children a lot of times, is like, you know, the kids are a different generation and think some other things, and the parents still think this thing. So, but we agree to disagree, and we get along swell.
Because you weren't allowed to say lucky, weren't you, when you were
How
a
do
child?
you know that?
Oh,
He
psychic.
does his research.
That's
Yeah,
all nice.
I was only allowed to say that I was blessed, which is good because I say that to this
Yeah.
day that I'm blessed.
But
Instead
why
of
not lucky? What's wrong with lucky?
Well, I don't know. I think my mom probably said it sounded like Lucifer. Is that crazy? I wasn't allowed to eat deviled eggs. Hello, that's crazy.
So MTV and everything else was really like fused. All y'all were on block. Like I never saw any music videos or anything, unfortunately. But I remember bringing it home. It was kind of like an almost famous moment. Like I had to smuggle it in my knapsack, going straight directly into my room, and then pulling it out. And as I was pulling out the CD, well, needless to say, sold my soul.
You're doing really well now, but didn't you release a CD like almost 10 years ago?
Yeah, I mean, I released a gospel record when I was 15 because I grew up in, a household where all I ever did was listen to gospel music, and my parents are both traveling ministers, and so I kind of sang about, what was going on in my life at 15, and that's how I got introduced to the music industry. I swear I wanted to be like the Amy Grant of music.
Yeah.
But it didn't work out, and so I sold my soul to the devil. So I sold my soul to the devil. So I sold my soul to the devil. Work out, and so I sold my soul to the devil.
Katy Perry's preacher father is on tour of churches throughout the country with one simple message, reported.
Oh.
Katy Perry is the devil.
Katy Perry's dad is calling her.
In a strange twist of sermons, he's telling people to pray for Katy. He says, I was at a concert of Katy's where there were 20,000. They were there going at it. It looked almost like church.
Wow.
They're worshiping the wrong thing.
But I love preacher's kids.
Me too.
They the worst one. that make you love them? The bad girl.
And you know, when Katy Perry started out, she was actually a Christian singer.
She was?
Yeah, but it wasn't working out. And like her whole entire look was different. She was singing like Christian music, but like nobody was checking for her.
But it didn't work out, and so I sold my soul to the devil.
Her boobs couldn't stay in her clothes no more.
Nah, yeah, because they always out. They needed some
She
hair.
had on a choir robe or whatever, this just came out.
Oh. She alright? Oh.
But when you were doing the Jersey Shore program, they would tape you all day long? Is that?
Oh yeah, when we film Jersey Shore, it's basically 2 months, 24/7. There's like 5 cameras in the house, and then there's a camera set up in like each corner. So you're always being watched.
So you're always being watched. Now,
Yeah.
you sign up for that in the contract. You know that's going to happen.
Yeah, we sell our soul.
Well, that's an awful way to live. That really would steal someone's soul.
I like to have fun, but also before Jersey Shore, no one believes this when I say it, but I was a freaking like shy girl. I was very shy. That's funny that I say it now, but I was really shy. Like, I was scared to even like go to the doctors. So, anywho, so yeah, I was going to school to be a vet tech, and I was into my studies, getting good grades, and you know what screwed it all up? Was this one guy. He broke my heart, and I was like, cool, thanks. I was like, now I have to do something pretty ridiculous and insane with my life, so why not sell my soul
Well, that's interesting.
and go on Jersey Shore?
And as we talk, the band leader says, how long have you fellas been involved with sorcery? And he shocked us a little bit, and I said, exactly what do you mean? Well, he said, you know, what you people are doing, talking to the supposed spirits of the dead. He says, this is silly. To me, he says, I can't bother with this stuff. He says, I want power, I go right to the source of power. And he says, how do you think that I became famous the way that I am? Well, I said, you must have had some good luck. Well, he says, there's no such thing as good luck. He says, there's either some power working for you somewhere, or you don't get ahead in this world. Not in my type of occupation. He said, the supposed spirits of the dead that you're talking with are demon spirits. You're fallen angels. They're beautiful beings.
Just set it out, just like that.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't make you uneasy when he said they were
Well,
just
you know, it
demons?
shocked you a little bit, you know. Something that you first hear mentioned to you. He said, you guys have got a great future ahead of you. Because we've been told, the high priest of our society, secret society, has been told that the master has very special plans for you too.
Now, what did he mean by the master?
Satan.
Everybody always wants to know, right? The master, the
we were
grand
interested to
chief.
hear
A
more
lot of
about
people
it.
refer to him as many different things.
And he told us, he says, look, we worship spirits. We worship Lucifer and all his angels. They're just as beautiful as they did before they were cast out of heaven. He says there was a misunderstanding in the whole thing. He says among the inhabitants of the galaxies. And he says our master was misunderstood. And God did not bear with him like he does with people that make mistakes today. So we're in a warfare, good against evil. And we happen to be the evil ones, but we're not that bad. He says, I look at this business between the forces of good and evil. He says, you believe in one person believe in God, and everyone believe in Lucifer. It's like politics.
Well, I'm very much into philosophy. A lot of different philosophers that I've read over the years, like Nietzsche, Darwin, Freud, Aleister Crowley, and finally Anton LaVey. And fortunately, he's still alive, so I got to meet with him and talk about his ideas and things like that. And in America, Satanism is sensationalized and kind of misunderstood, and people associate it with worshiping the devil and things like that. But it's really a philosophy about individuality and self-preservation. It's about being your own God.
We do have one more phone call, so why don't we take that too? Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, this is Wendy from Sheeraz.
Hi, Wendy. What's your question?
I was wondering if there's any significance in the backwards N in Nine Inch Nails.
The backwards N. Is it a logo thing, or did you decide that there was a portion of your life that was backward and
we do worship the devil, but
yeah, I remember having that conversation.
God bless. The problem is that there's not enough money in music as a business model, where in television and where vis-a-vis the advertisers and movies, there's so much money that the controlling forces still circle around the stars in the right way. Stars are taken care of better in those industries. In the music industry, it's still very much this exploitative thing. It's still very much people signing their life away, the old deal with the devil stuff. That is still going on. It's unbelievable in this day and age that is still going on.
In temple, after they get drunk, they bring on the whores. After they've had all the whores and everybody passes out and goes home, the other ones, they sip their alcohol, then they bring out the bigger drugs, and then the kids. It's like levels.
Yeah.
I went down the rabbit hole, and my red pill moments were in the 90s when I got famous, and all the kids here in Hollywood, they start telling me what's going on. They pretty much described the Matrix. Well, that turned all black. I got a black eye. Remember that when I was at Kathy's house?
Yeah.
From hitting the back of my head. It was weird. And then I was, I showed everybody. I took a picture. They're like, oh, she's in the Black Eye Club. I mean, saying I was a Satanist and shit. Sometimes people, well, I don't know. It's some kind of ritual they do, and they all got a black eye.
Oh, but sometimes people, you're saying.
Sometimes you just fall down and hit your eye.
Yeah.
You can't go, that's what I was saying, that they just go way too far with it. Like one time I did a magazine cover and the lady had me hold something over my eye. And I go, why would I want to do that? And she goes, just everybody does it. And I go, okay.
Yeah.
So I held a button over my eye, and now it shows all these people doing that. And they say they're in the Satan Club. Well, I
she's
just did
making
it
it
because
sound
the
like she didn't really
photographer
know,
told
but
me to.
Yeah.
And they probably did too.
Yeah.
Well, of course, now looking back, they probably are in the Satan Club, but I didn't know no better. I thought, well, if everybody's doing it, I'll do it.
Is there a code or something in Hollywood where like you can find out who is like in the Satan Club?
Well, like I say, it's better to say who isn't.
Right.
Because they're all in it.
You know, a lot of my book is about my wanting to sing. Ever since I was a little girl, my family lied to me and told me that I was better than Shirley Temple, and I believed them.
You're not helping a kid when you do that.
No, and I totally believed them and everything. And then when I was 6, all of a sudden, you know, I was a has-been, and they started to like tell my younger cousin that she was.
She was the real singer?
Yeah, and it like really upset me. So I like summoned Satan, and I write about how
Everyone laughs about it.
I made it.
Where do you summon Satan?
It's in the chapter called Eat, Pray, Love, Conjure Satan. And when I was 12 years old, I signed a deal with Satan in my room, and
But she's sounding so serious about this, right?
Wait a minute. Because I wanted to get famous no matter what, and you know, then I forgot that I had this deal with Satan and everything, and then I got really famous, and then one day I like had this tragic singing accident at
yes, I remember that, yeah.
And I realized then that Satan was coming for my soul.
All right. Yeah, she's playing it off like, you know, it's all fun. She's a comic, right? So she's just trying to make some comic relief. But why did she have to say that? Why did she have to say that I signed my soul when I was 12 years old? So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's out there. Listen, that's all the time that we have today. I want to thank you guys for staying through and watching the videos with us. And listen, if you guys like and hear what you see today, please like and share, and you know, that goes a long way, as I mentioned before, and comment. And if there's any kinds of videos, anything that you want me to react to, message me, send me, you know, you can contact me, you can send a comment, and I'll do my best to try to react to those videos. So in the meantime, and in between time, and until our next one, and until our next adventure, don't do anything crazy. Don't do anything that could harm yourself. And I look forward to catching you guys on the next one. Peace.